tomorrow is International Golden Rule Day, and the history is that last year, I believe, was the first time that this day was celebrated, and it was begun by the Ethiopians. And so they started it, and everybody has caught on to it, and the Charter for Compassion is announcing it, and so we want to be a part of the celebration too. So I brought each family a copy of the Golden Rule to take with you and somehow figure out a way to practice the Golden Rule. I'll give you one, Ben, because you're in Carol's family, but you live with your mom and dad. To practice the Golden Rule, especially tomorrow. That's for your family, and this is for your family. So you'll notice on here that there are two ways to say the Golden Rule. One says what not to do, and the other one says what to do. And somebody to do to you?
Probably keep your hands off my or instead drawing.
Off your drawing. Exactly. You don't want other people to mess with something that you've made, right? And so what this way of saying the Golden Rule says is, what you don't want somebody to do to you, don't do that to them. So that means you wouldn't go mess with somebody else's drawing or anything else that they're making, right? Even if you kind of wanted to, it means you can't do it. So sometimes, the point is, sometimes it's not easy to keep the Golden Rule. And then the other way of putting it is the positive way, to do to others something that you would want. There you go. That's a great one. So what would happen if you by mistake bump into somebody? Then you're going to say, I'm sorry. And that makes all the difference in the world, doesn't it? That's great. You all have got the idea here. So now there's this piece of paper is called the Children's Charter for Compassion. And the word compassion is a word that describes what doing the Golden Rule is. And that is being compassionate or acting with compassion. And so what this says, listen to this for a minute, it says, compassion means to feel what others are feeling. And when we act with compassion, we treat others as we wish to be treated. We show kindness. That was an example of kindness. So is Samuel's. And you'll have your chance in just a minute. We show understanding. And we try to make others feel better. And we put others before ourselves. Josiah, can you think of an example in your life when maybe you've let someone else go first or be in front of you?
Like when I'm getting something, I'll let them get it first.
When you're what?
Well, like when someone's giving me
Yeah.
something to like everybody, then I'll let him have it first.
Okay, that's a good example. Samuel?
Daddy asked me if I could take his lunch down. If I could get his school lunch from the teacher downstairs.
Yeah, and you did?
Huh?
That was such a nice thing to do. It was very helpful. Yeah, so it says we must, and then here's the thing. So you do these things to other people, but we must also treat ourselves with love, kindness, and respect. Because sometimes it's easy to say unkind things to yourself, like, oh, I broke something, or oh, I did something bad, or I didn't do something right, right?
Do that.
Do you do that? Oh, you do that. I see. So you're familiar with that. But this says to show compassion to yourself is just as important as showing it to other people. That's hard. It really is hard. And I think the older you get, the harder it is, really. So one of the things you can do tomorrow when you're really thinking about the Golden Rule, one of the first things is, how can I do to myself what I would want others to do to me, because you can. Let yourself off the hook, or don't be so hard on yourself.